everybody, and welcome to Rosemerry Writes. I'm Rosemary Song, and this is my first video blog. So thank you for joining me. I am making this video blog today because it's Fire Prevention Awareness Month. Now, there is also Fire Prevention Awareness Week, and that is always the week of October 9th. And that's because the Chicago fire, the worst day of destruction, was on October 9th. So in memory of that, we always have a Fire Prevention Awareness Week, the week of October 9th, but the whole month is Fire Prevention Awareness Month. Now, as a burn survivor, fire prevention and fire safety are very important to me, and I wanted to share in this video my own story and also some tips for you. So without further ado, you can see here, the light isn't the best, but I have extensive burns from my wrist. It goes all the way down my torso. And unfortunately, fires aren't always preventable. My burn was a result of a cooking accident. I was cooking a kielbasa recipe that I've done many times, and I had on 3/4 tight sleeves, so nothing was getting in the food or in the burners. It was an electric stove. Normally you don't have to worry about fire so much with those. And when I went to turn the burner off and I pulled my hand back, something sparked and my blouse went up like gasoline. It was so fast and so hot, just like that. And that brings me to my first tip. When you're cooking or in any situation where fire might happen, I really recommend that you wear only natural fabrics. These fabrics will burn slower, be easier to put out, and their fibers won't melt into your skin. And another tip is make sure that you have a fire extinguisher on the counter right where you're cooking. So all you have to do is grab it. I know it's really tempting to have it hidden away in a cabinet, so have it out on the counter if you're concerned about looks. I know Target has a fire extinguisher called the Home Hero, which was specifically designed to address the "I don't want an ugly extinguisher on my counter" problem. So you can have style and safety. That was also a factor in my accident. The fire extinguisher was like 6 feet away in the laundry nook. So I am just very lucky that my boyfriend of the time was there and saved my life. And this brings me to a third tip. When I was on fire, all of the stop, drop, and roll, all of the safety things just left my head. So practice, practice, practice. At least once a year, practice with your family, your loved ones, including your pets, if you have any. What will you do if there's a fire? And the point of that is to get it in into your body, into your muscle memory, so that you don't have to think if that emergency happens. Other things you can do. I have these lovely fire-resistant gloves made by Weber that I use when I'm nervous. And they also make fire-resistant aprons. So check those things out. I happen to love my scars, and I think they look beautiful. I'm going to share now a beautiful photo that my friend Alice Morrison took of my scars. And just a warning, it does show nipple. I love the beautiful patterns in my scars. I call it my dragon skin. And that comes from Ursula K. Le Guin's The Other Wind. There's a character in this book that she falls into a fire as a child and severely burned. She calls it her dragon skin. And at the end of the book, she actually transforms into a dragon. So I call my scars my dragon skin. And something that a lot of people don't know about burn scars is that they're different from any other type of scar. Like, I have a scar on my finger from a biking accident, and it just healed up and it's there. It's not going to change. But burn scars are unique, and there's still a lot doctors don't understand about them. My scars will always try to make the original wound smaller, make it go away. They're always trying to shrink that original wound. And that means that as a survivor, I have to do a lot of stretching to counter those contractions. And I had a period of time when I was very ill, and I wasn't able to do that activity. So the scars were able to gain a march on me, and I wound up all twisted over. I went to the Boffin Burn Center in San Francisco, and they did some magic tricks. This is called a z-plasty because it looks like a Z. And basically, it's a magic trick that surgeons do to take the give that went one way and transfer it to the other direction where I needed it. They also did some defibrillated laser treatment that made teeny tiny little micro holes in my skin and burned the collagen away. And you think, why would they do that? Because when it heals, it actually stimulates the skin to produce more collagen, and the result is smoother, more flexible skin. I also should mention that the scars in that photo are about 15 years old, and right now my accident happened in 2001, so now they're about 16 years old. And it's going to be a lifetime journey working with them. So I really want to encourage you to think about your own fire safety and observe Fire Prevention Awareness Month. Thanks for watching. This is Rosemerry Song for Rosemerry Writes. Have a great day.